today's shall we say today's drawings or records of what the Li Gua is like. Okay. And C, actually, it was ancient one from that old piece of silk. Next, number A. So Li Gua actually is how it looks like. Number C. Okay. So when we're talking about the at that time, we would already know about the the binary code 0 and 1, 0, 1. So everything double. So if you put the the one row of the Li Gua on top of each other, double it, stack it up, stack it up, stack it up. When I start stacking it up, and what I found, the net. So it is a net, the knitting of a net. So that's why I'm using all this founding to construct the chapter, right, of this tribe Fuxi. And then obviously with our professors, Professor Jars, right, we can testify that the tribes of because the Fuxi in two important registrations in the Chinese side is, one is he was the founder. He actually started the cattle reeling, right? Cattle reeling, this culture in for the ancient Chinese species, okay? And then obviously that was using the net to capture the animal alive, okay, yeah? And on the other hand, he was the founder of the Pakwa. And that's why I said he founded it, but he doesn't invented it. So that's how I put two and two together in all the encryptions. So when I put together, bingo, and the hypothesis were formed, and I got top mark, right? Because the paper has been published, and then there was marked. Obviously, when I do my defense, there was 11 professors checking my writing, making sure that I'm not a copycat, because nobody had done it before. So that's why conclusively is the conclusion. Now, the guy on the left, I know it's only a graphic, right? Yeah, but okay, on one hand, right, my dissertation was saying that, right, 600,000 years ago, these tribes in China are called culture. Now, so they have the intelligence to make a piece of rope, and the rope put together, but make the net, and also from the ancient records or the written records that he also found that this symbols or the egg encryption. I come out in a minute. But on the other hand, my conclusion is, no, it cannot be true. Why? I said one minute, and I use all the effort of testing it out or tracing it, this group, and the next minute I said, now there's a big problem there, big question mark. Why? Because 600,000 years ago, we are only Homo erectus, and we are half monkey, half man. There's no way this guy would have found it or invented this, or the encryption. So there's still a lot of work to be done. That means the Homo erectus cannot find, no way that, have the intelligence to have this encryption. So this is unknown source of knowledge. Where did it come from? This unknown source of knowledge. So even today, okay? So obviously it looks like I'm the first guy to try to put things together, published. So that's why it's very, very important. Where does this unknown source of knowledge come in? Okay. Later on, yeah, and I can actually pull out more and go into details, obviously this year. Okay, yeah. Part 3, please. Okay, so let's have a look at further into now. So like I said, these are all cave engraving, and the Chinese culture actually now the top orbit you can see the top or the cartoon light, right? And you see the bottom part. Now, these are from the Yingshan, Mongolia cave inscriptions showing forces of the heavenly bodies, lines of energy represented by wave-like form radiating from the sun, the star, and comets might have contributed idea in constructing different early pictogram of the Chinese energy qi. We're not talking about energy, the qi. So the whole of my my dissertation, right? What is qi? 400,000 words. Okay, so that's why there's one of the chapter that you can see it now is because all our culture, even the pictogram, they all come in through lines and circle and lines. Why? How? So I find it really interesting. Obviously, there would be more research work required, to do. And I hope research in the future will carry on doing this and find out who are we and where do we come from. Next picture. Now, these are the pictogram now of the word qi. Is all lines of flows of energy. Okay, yeah. Next one, please. Now, so we put the two together now. Isn't it not line? Qin, Quan. Now, these are the encryption now. Okay, yeah. So like I said, this Fuxi 600,000 years ago, a Homo erectus have the intelligence of creating these lines. Why? Coming up to it. Next one, please. Now, this is from my dissertation and also from my book, and that's how I draw it all out. The left-hand side of the circle is nothing. And yeah, the Big Bang theory, and then we turn to the right-hand side, something, and that's a stroke. And that's why we have, right, the auto encryption coming out, right? Line, the left-hand side, the dotted line represent female, the yin, and then the right-hand side represent yang. And then also this is where the yin and yang principle come through, right? So, and then from it double, and then you got double again. So you got the egg encryption right at the bottom, right? Representing heaven and earth energy. All right, next picture, please. Now, I'll also further draw up this. Just now is the top bit, and now 8 times 8 is 64. So we have the 64 encryptions there. Now, I'm sure the people who are training with the IT, you can see these are chips. They're construction of the computer. These are binary codes. How on earth, the 600,000 years ago, Fuxi would have invented it? Come on. Where did this unknown source of knowledge come from? Please. Now, you see it now, yeah? So it's already been decoded in China. Next picture, please. Right now, also from it, that's from my book. I also decode it using a binary code, right? So you can look at it, right? On the bottom part, okay, it's 0, 1. No, further up. First 0, 1, and then 0, 0, 0, 1 on the right-hand side. On the right-hand side, yeah. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. And then the bakwa, the egg encryption. So from the lines, if we line encryption, we can use binary code and has been decoded. 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. My God, where did this knowledge come from? See that? Now the 64 qua now is all there. And what are they? Computer. Computer, today's computer. So you're telling me this guy found it 600,000 years ago. So are we the only life force on this universe? Huh? So that's why I found it so interesting, and I've spent 7 years to try to just to get all the information, just to sustain that this energy, the energy work. Now these are all heaven and earth energy, right? When you come to us now, human energy. So therefore, susceptibility of heaven, cosmic, right? Heaven, the cosmic, the earth, and human energy, and then can we have an interaction, right? So when something happened to us, the energy outside the body, powerful enough, sustainable, trigger the energy, biochemical energy, neurological energy, even when we exercise, muscular, skeletal energy, right? Daoyin, right? Manipulating all our training, the methodology to induce what? To induce the biological reaction inside our body with natural body hormones, Naidan, natural body medicines for self-healing. And then for self-healing, right, we catapult it into, right, health, promotion, and then further to longevity. So these are closely connecting with all the theory of the yin and yang principle. Okay, so therefore it's so important to me, right, to actually we have to track it down. Now also, before we've finished it, it's not just that, just the DNA and the binary code. Now this this founding by Lou Yun-Sing, actually I use his I'm using his work. He actually decoded the 64 qua, right? You can see on the right hand side the encryption, right? Actually, the third column, right? Now these are also by other scientists. It's actually helium, the hydrogens, and the next one is helium. Okay, so all the way down, the 64 encryption actually represent, right, elements, particles. Today now we know that is over 200 elements, and the 64 encryption match that. Strange, isn't it? There's another strange knowledge coming out. Next one, please. So what is it? The 5-element principle was formed, okay, in ancient time. We're talking about 5 elements, are we not? Right? So that's why it dated back to unknown period of time, where the sources of the knowledge come from. Next picture, please. Even more weird. Now this is 64 qua, 64 encryption. Why? Next picture, please. Scientists today decoded that it matched 64 DNA, CCC, CCA, CCU, CGE, CCG, CAC, CAA. So 64 qua actually, right, can match, right, the DNA of humans. I mean, 600,000 years ago. Where does knowledge come from? Isn't it not medicine? You can see the close, important relationship. Next picture, please. In my book, that's how I put it out. Next one, please. Yep. Now, when my books have come out, you can read it. Yeah. Okay. So is it DNA? So actually talking about the DNA of human species. God knows how many 600,000 years ago we got the knowledge. Where did it come from? Now, other strange. All right, cut it. And we talk.